This week I'm on an agent-only trip in Mexico with Palace Resorts and I'm so excited. Come along with me over the next 5 days as we explore Mexico. Gotta have your mandatory airport selfie and gotta love that welcome drink at check-in. So I just checked in and they have desserts waiting for me, and they also have a bottle of wine, and it just so happens to be Cabernet, and Cabernet is my favorite red wine. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. And then they also got the diffuser going. It smells really good in here. I'm excited. Not too long after checking in, I had to get dressed for dinner. We had a group welcome dinner at the Latin restaurant in the hotel. I don't know about y'all, but I love a good flower wall in a restaurant with the theme. The decor in the restaurant was so cute. It was like a nice boho vibe. We had a group appetizer and had drinks. I ordered the guacamole. I then had shrimp croquettes, followed by fried chicken tacos, and then salmon with shiitake mushroom crust. Last but not least, I had rose ice cream with the guava and goat cheese crisp. Stay tuned for day 2. Welcome to day 2 of my invite-only, agent-only trip to Cancun with Palace Resorts. I started my day off with a salmon bagel before we toured our hotel that we're staying at, which is Playacar Palace. Playacar Palace is in Playa del Carmen and it's steps away from 5th Avenue. It's a smaller hotel. It's only 200 guest rooms. They have 5 restaurants and 3 bars, one of which is a smoke bar. I'm going to do a full video on Playacar Palace, but before I do that, I wanted to quickly show you the governor's suite. Isn't it beautiful? While we were touring the governor's suite, we actually saw our ferry coming in. So we walked about 5 or 10 minutes next door to the ferry and took the ferry over to Cozumel. Everything was fine and dandy before 3 kids threw up around me. Ugh. We also got caught in like a really heavy rain and got soaked. But it's all good because our second stop was to Cozumel Palace. We received a welcome drink on arrival and then toured the superior deluxe oceanfront room. Cozumel Palace is another family-friendly resort. It's smaller than Playacar Palace. It only has 169 guest rooms, 4 restaurants, and 3 bars. Cozumel Palace is 15 minutes from Cozumel International Airport. Unfortunately, they do not have a beach, but they do have a coral reef where you can go snorkeling and diving. I'll do a full video on Cozumel Palace as well. We ate lunch at the buffet on site, and then we took the ferry back to Playacar Palace. I got dressed for dinner and met the group at the Teppanyaki restaurant in the hotel. All the food served was delicious. I think I have a newfound love for matcha ice cream. After dinner, we watched the breakdancing show in the lobby. And I fell in love with the shot called Mexican Candy. Now, my man's from Feeling Duet. Oh my gosh, he was blowing down with this saxophone, okay? I'm just gonna let you listen to it because, wow. And then we just ended the night dancing. We had so much fun. Now that's a wrap on day 2. Stay tuned for day 3 of my trip. It's day 3 of my invite-only, agent-only trip to Mexico with Palace Resorts, and we started off the day touring Moon Palace Sunrise. Upon arrival, we received a flower, a wet towelette, and a welcome drink.
Cheers. Cheers.
Moon Palace Sunrise has 1,300 rooms, 11 restaurants, and 7 bars. We took a golf cart from Moon Palace Sunrise to Moon Palace Nizuc. The Moon Palace compound is so huge, they have golf cart bus stops. There's different routes for these carts and everything. There's a whole map. It's so massive. Moon Palace, Sunrise, Nizuc, and the Grand are all family friendly. We made it over to Moon Palace Nizuc and toured the Governor's Suite. Nizuc has about 700 rooms, 6 restaurants, and 4 bars. The pool at Nizuc is pretty much the same as the pool at Sunrise, except for it's a little bit smaller and there's a slide. Our last tour of the day was the Grand at Moon Palace. The Grand has about 1,300 rooms, 11 restaurants, and 10 bars, 5 of which are swim up. We got to tour the swim up suite, which I thought was so cute. The Grand has 9 outdoor pools in addition to an amazing water park. Inside the water park, there's the playroom, and oh my gosh, if I had kids, I would literally just drop them off here and just go about my day because this was like Chuck E. Cheese, but on crack. After touring all 3 hotels, we had lunch at the Grand Buffet. Once we got back to the hotel, I changed into my bathing suit and went down to the pool bar to drink my favorite shots, Mexican candy, and just wanted to enjoy the water until it was time for me to get dressed to go to dinner. Although it was a free night, a few of us decided to eat dinner together at the Italian restaurant. All the food at the Italian restaurant was bomb. That black breadstick is a squid ink breadstick. I had eggplant parmesan, which was delicious. The tomato soup was bomb as well. Then I had a shrimp pasta. The shrimp is hidden in the bottom with the vodka sauce. But for the life of me, I could not understand why this pepper grinder was so daggone big. Now, the highlight of my dinner was this tiramisu, and oh my god, it almost brought me to tears. Tiramisu is my favorite dessert, and this was chef's kiss. They also had a tiramisu ice cream that was not as good. After dinner, we had drinks at the after hours bar and just chopped it up for the rest of the night. But that's it for day 3. Stay tuned for day 4. Today is my last day. I do not want to go home. I do not want to go home. Fuck this. I had breakfast delivered to my room this morning. I just wanted some alone time before I have to be with the group. But I got scrambled eggs with tomatoes and mushrooms. And then I got me some avocado toast. Yeah. Today's going to be a great day. Our first stop of the day was to LeBlanc Spa and Resort. Upon arrival, we received a welcome drink. LeBlanc has been the #1 5-star resort in Cancun for the past 13 years. It's adults only, has 259 guest rooms, 6 restaurants, and 5 bars, 2 of which are swim up, and there's also 3 pools, 2 of which are infinity pools. I'll do a full video on LeBlanc later, but here's the honeymoon suite that we got to tour. Our second stop of the day was to Beach Palace. Beach Palace is a family-friendly resort that has 287 guest rooms, 4 restaurants and 4 bars, 3 pools, and 3 outdoor hot tubs. I'll do a full video on Beach Palace later, but look at this cute little Instagrammable spot in their Italian restaurant. For this hotel, we toured the family suite. My favorite part of Beach Palace is the Sky Terrace, which features 2 pools and a bar. There's also a fitness center up on the Sky Terrace, which is a really nice view if you ask me. And before we left, they gave us a goodbye drink. Our last hotel of the day, and also of this trip, sad face, was to Sun Palace. Sun Palace is a couples-only resort that has 245 guest rooms, 4 restaurants and 4 bars, and 3 infinity pools. Out of the 7 hotels that we toured, Sun Palace was the only resort in which we got to tour the spa. Sun Palace is considered a mini LeBlanc. The cool thing about it is that all rooms face the ocean, and it's actually the last hotel in the hotel zone. For this resort, we got to tour the presidential suite. I'm gonna do a separate video on Sun Palace as well. Before leaving Sun Palace, we had lunch at their buffet. So delicious. But as soon as we got back to the resort, I got some ice cream and then I cracked open this bottle of wine finally and just chilled out before I had to get dressed for dinner. Okay, so this dinner experience that we had that night, the best. We had dinner at Lana, and before you have dinner, you start off with a tequila tasting. Oh my gosh, we was in there getting slizzard. Now, I've never done a tasting where you have to wash your hands in tequila. We washed our hands with 2 out of the 3 tequilas that we tasted. And then we had to smell it. It was interesting. It was very interesting, okay? And then me being me and the tequila lover that I am, I had to ask for extra shots so I could take shots with my new travel agent friend that I made. Now, let's get into this dinner experience. Dinner was a 9-course tasting menu that represented the essence of the Yucatan gastronomy. This was some of the best food that I've had in all 5 days of being in Mexico. Now, this little green salsa that I just showed there, I only put a little bit on my taco, and I was in there crying snotty nosed at the table. They had to give me a glass of milk because that shit was so damn hot. Even after the dinner was over, I still went to the buffet to get some ice cream because my mouth was not all the way together. And that was the last thing that I did before waking up on day 5 and having breakfast at the buffet for the very first time. Oh my God. And took one last look at my view before checking out. I don't know what was going on at the airport, and I don't even know if you could see them, but the airport was flooded with butterflies. But that is a wrap on my 5-day trip to Mexico with Palace Resorts. I'm going to be doing videos on each hotel that I visited, so let me know if you have any specific questions.